Welcome to another episode on our channel. We're actually using a different camera right now because our original camera is in for repairs. So I hope this video turns out okay in the audio as well. But in the meantime, we'll just do our best. Somebody was asking why I always look off to the side, and that's because I'm looking at a monitor off to the side. I'm not looking at the camera itself. I'm looking at the monitor to see what I'm doing, to make sure I'm picking things up correctly and that sort of thing. So forgive me if I'm not looking directly at you guys. I don't mean to ignore you guys, but this helps me kind of stay centered and focused. So today we're going to make something kind of out of nothing, kind of a diorama basically, that is made out of wood that you've cut. In the past, I showed you a diorama with a 1/6 scale stand where we sprayed adhesive on the stand, put some dirt on it and other things to kind of give it a more nature-related look to it. So what I ended up doing was my husband put adhesive spray on a piece of wood like this, got some sand, put it on top of it, and little other things and so forth. And then we used a medicine bottle. You probably have thrown these away 100 million times in the past if you've taken any medications. But try to think of a way to use this. So I'll pause and we'll bring out a diorama object that can be used in some sort of scene. We are back, and here is what we created. It's an outdoor diorama of basically a campfire with a kettle over it for cooking something. So what we started out with was basically a piece of wood, used some spray adhesive, threw some sand on, more adhesive, more sand on, kind of layers there, some pebbles as well. And then basically found some rocks to create a circular formation, some twigs to put inside the rocks to simulate logs for a fire, and then created a kettle to simulate basically cooking over a fire. This kettle was basically something like this at one time, cut not exactly in half, but a little less than half with a really fine saw and a little sandpaper to wear it down, make it look even. 2 holes were drilled into opposite sides, and then some string, very thick string, was used to thread from the outside in. A knot was put on the inside, and then just shorten it so it wouldn't hang too far down. There are 2 pieces of wood on the side, and at the very top ends are like a little fork. So on each side there are 2 forks, and or on each side 1 fork, and then 1 piece of wood just lies nicely into those 2 forks. And again, the kettle is just hanging from that 1 piece of wood. So pretty much something out of nothing. You probably have one of these lying around on its way out to the recycle bin. It would make a nice kettle for a campfire. So anyway, we'll pause now and get this on a turn tray so you can see it from different angles. So here's our outside campfire with a kettle over the wood. You can see here's the wood piece where the adhesive and the sand went. The rocks are in a circular formation. The twigs actually, with a close-up, kind of look like logs. There are 2 pieces of wood on the side, and you can see the fork here, or maybe a V shape is a better way to describe it. There's a V shape on one end, a V shape on another end, and a piece of wood just fits nicely into those two pieces. And of course, the kettle is over the wood in the middle. So this cost nothing, basically nothing to build. The kettle was made out of a prescription plastic bottle or container that was cut not quite in half, a little less than half, painted black, holes in the sides, like it said, string to represent wire over this piece of wood in the center. Everything else is nature. The only other thing that isn't nature is the hot glue that was used to attach these two pieces of wood to the basically the stand where the rocks are and the firewood. You know, the string I've had laying around forever. The spray adhesive laying around forever, the hot glue laying around forever. For me, this did not cost me anything to make. And it could be a wonderful diorama for an outdoor scene. So anyway, I hope you like this. Here's one last look at our something out of basically nothing. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, have a great day.